All right, we're live. Another episode of Talk Soup, and today we're going to be discussing the first two episodes of What If. We missed last week's. We didn't get to do a show on the first episode, so we're going to lump the two episodes together and talk and discuss about it. So, Kitty, what were your initial thoughts of the first two episodes? I guess we can start with episode one. So, what did you think of What If Agent Carter was the first Avenger, or Captain Carter, I should say, was the first Avenger?
Um, I enjoyed it. I think it's good. I like how it ties in with the movies. So yeah, I enjoyed it. I think it's a little cheesy, but it's good.
And we discussed this before we came on.
Yeah.
For a cartoon, I definitely can understand what you're saying about being
Yeah.
cheesy or whatever.
Yeah.
And I even told you before they let on that this series was going to be tied into the movies or possibly tied into the MCU. I honestly didn't have any desire to watch it. I'm not really a fan of animation anymore. I'm not really a fan of cartoons. Even Star Wars, and I'm a huge Star Wars fan. It's just I can't get into the cartoons. But anyway, I was pleasantly surprised by these first two episodes. It's not perfect, but the first episode, especially, what I liked was they had a lot more freedom within the animation to be able to do kick-ass scenes, and some of the fight sequences with Captain Carter. After she gets the serum and she's just flying and busting through fucking planes.
Yeah,
I love those scenes.
Yeah.
They made her a lot stronger than Steve appeared to be on the big screen, like flipping tanks or whatever else she was doing. But other than that, I enjoyed it. But the one thing I was worried about, and it didn't look too bad, was when she came out of the what do you call it, the capsule after she was injected. I was thinking I was going to see like one of those like the Western Europe Olympic pumped up steroid female athletes.
She just looked like an Amazon.
Yeah, she looked just bigger. That's it.
Bigger.
I mean, she didn't look. Yeah, it didn't look bad. That was the only thing I was wondering what she was going to look like when she came out after being injected with the super serum. But
I really enjoyed her and the Hydro Stomper. It made me want to buy a Funko Pop of those two. I really enjoyed those things because the Hydro Stomper is just basically an earlier version of the Iron Man suit.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah, so I really like that, and I enjoyed those interactions when she was like sitting on top of him and they were flying in the air. Like I love that. That was like really cool. So I just like that whole what if scenario. Like it's also brought in that tie-in of Bucky's the one who didn't fall off the train.
Right. No, and now
so
Steve.
He's not the Winter Soldier in this episode. So I like that. So, it was a good episode. It was good. I enjoyed those things about it. It was good. It was cute. I liked it. Yeah.
And it also, I mean, look, we in the movie The First Avenger with Captain America, you see that Peggy and Steve, even before Steve was, injected, she saw him in a different way. She liked him. But in this one, even after she gets injected, and Steve's a no one. Steve's a 5'4", 90-pound dude. With I forgot what he's got a disability. I didn't realize it. I forgot what it was. I think partial hearing loss or something like that. But she still loves him.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I like that. I like the fact that even though the roles were reversed, they still have that connection. And like you said, the scenes where she's riding on a Hydra Stomper and, and there's them together. And I do like the fact that there is no Winter Soldier now because Steve is the one that fell over. It was really cool. And some of the jokes were funny too. I did like them.
Yeah.
But all right. So yeah, the first episode, especially for a pilot episode, I thought was pretty decent. I did like the fact because it made sense, and and that's why I thought Jawan was going to be on with us. I guess he might have overslept, but what I did like about the fact that when she became Captain Carter, she wasn't given the American colors because she's not American. Yeah. She's from Britain.
Yeah.
So she gets, in essence, she's not called Captain Britain, but she's given the colors of the Union Jack and the British flag. So.
Yep.
I thought, or the United Kingdom, that flag. So I also like that, and that she just simply called Captain Carter.
Captain Carter. I did also like that when you're watching the cartoon, you could hear their voices. You know, like you hear what's her name? Crap. Haley Atwell. You hear
Yeah,
Haley Atwell's voice. You hear Sebastian Stan's voice. I mean,
yeah.
you don't get Chris Evans, but you hear the guy who played Samuel L. Jackson, Nick
Mhm.
Fury. You know, it's really nice to hear those voices portrayed in a cartoon.
I enjoy that too.
Yeah.
I am gonna what I wanted to talk about though too. I guess we'll bring it up now. Is I'm curious to know how I'm gonna feel when we see Iron Man because of the fact that we're not getting Robert Downey Jr.
No, we don't get Robert Downey
So
Jr.
I am curious to know how they're gonna do that. Well, not I mean, obviously I know how they can do it. It's different voice actors. So I'm just curious to know how he's gonna sound because the guy that did Chris Evans's voice for Captain America,
Sounded
Steve
just like
Rogers.
Chris Evans.
Yeah, I would never have known. Like, I
Mhm.
mean, it sounded different, but it didn't sound too different. Like,
Yep.
I literally read today who didn't show up for their voices, either due to expired contracts or just scheduling conflicts. And when I saw Chris Evans on that list, I was like, wait a minute, we didn't get Chris Evans? So I didn't realize. I honestly didn't. I didn't even catch up on that. That wasn't Chris Evans. But
Yeah. Yeah.
uh, so all right, yeah, all right. So let's move on to episode 2.
Okay.
What if what is it? T'Challa was Star Lord? Is that
Yeah.
what it was?
Yeah.
Great. I thought it was
That one to me was so much better.
no, it was a way better episode. Look, the fight sequences in Captain Carter, I enjoyed when
Mhm.
the sequence with the planes, other and the relationship between her and Steve and the Hydra Stomper, but this, I mean, not just because of Chadwick Boseman, because of his death and whatever, but just in general, it was just so much more fun. I mean, the background scene alone
With
with
Thanos. Yeah.
Thanos,
Yeah.
I absolutely love
Yeah.
that banter and that dialogue between them because he's like, he realizes that there were other ways. He goes, who would have thought that there would have been other ways to achieve what I wanted to do? And they still, say, well, that was genocide. And he goes, well, it would have been efficient.
Yeah. Yeah.
I like that running joke that he has in this episode, but there was so much more that I enjoyed in this episode as well.
Yeah. And the whole Chadwick Boseman thing, I think it just the heart of the episode too, and the ending, I was destroyed. Like the end credit scene.
Yeah,
Oh
yeah,
yeah,
it was a good tribute for
yeah,
him.
it was a
Yeah,
good tribute. But like, and he's gonna be in plenty. His voice is gonna be in plenty more
yeah,
episodes.
he's in at least 3 more. He's in 3 more episodes.
Yeah.
So this isn't the last we're going to hear of
Mhm.
Chadwick Boseman and T'Challa or Star Lord if he's still called Star Lord. But I did like the fact that it mirrored the movie as where it
Yes.
in the beginning of Guardians, no one knew who Star Lord was.
Yep.
And then we get the scene where he's stealing the Power Stone
Yeah.
or the orb, and everyone knows who Star Lord is.
Yeah, because he's
this
kind of like
revered
he's
guy.
kind of like that galaxy's Robin Hood.
Yeah.
So like, yeah, it was really. It's just really. It was. Yeah, I loved it because it's like because in Guardians of the Galaxy he's like trying to convince everyone I'm Star Lord, and they're like, fuck Star Lord.
Yeah, who?
Yeah.
Because he gave. So that was another thing too that I was confused by, but now I understand it. Because I commented on Joanne's show when they reviewed the episode 2, and I said, "What I don't understand is how is he Star Lord if Peter Quill was the one that came up with his own ego gave him that name. He gave himself that name. That's why no one knows it. But they said in essence he is a literal Lord of the Stars.
Mm-hmm.
So people gave him that name.
Yeah.
Because he doesn't even like it. He goes, well, I'm not really comfortable with it, but this is what people call me. So
yeah,
I get it, and I like it even more so because of that.
Yeah,
so,
I liked it. Yeah, it was great.
And then we see a Nebula with hair because she wasn't messed around with by Thanos. She wasn't tinkered with and basically tortured. We don't see Gamora.
No,
but I'm sure we'll see Gamora soon.
Yeah, she's supposed to have her own thing,
but not voiced by Zoe, which sucks.
She's not voiced by Zoe. Yeah. Yep.
It sucks, and again, I get it, but at the same time, and that's honestly one of the reasons, not to veer off too much off topic, but it's one of the reasons why I didn't get the video game. I get it. I know it costs money to the license. for the image and likeness of these characters. But when I saw on screen Thor, Iron Man, even even Banner, and they weren't voiced or didn't even look like any of them. It just threw me off. That's why I never got the game. Anyway, Elevator says, "Hey guys, what's
Hey.
up? Did you watch these any of these episodes? Are you caught up in What If? And if so, are you liking it?" I did want to look up something really quick. I forgot what it was. I want to think who voices the Collector.
Oh, it's the same guy.
Oh, it is Benicio. I didn't know Benicio del Toro did it because it didn't sound like him.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this, because it wasn't really shown in the movie itself when we saw the Collector. But did you get any vibes that he was a little flamboyant in this episode?
He seems to be, but I think that's just his thing.
I didn't get that in the I got a weird character. I got a weird vibe in the movie. But is his character supposed to be of that nature of if he's supposed to be homosexual in the comics?
I'm not sure.
Again, that might have just been.
I just think he's just got a lot of flair for the dramatics and
he was ripped.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
He was ripped.
Yeah.
And it was also cool.
I like that he had Thor's thing, and I like all those pieces that
everything.
He had everything.
Mjolnir, he had Cap's shield. He had so much in that collection, and that was another thing that was really cool, because even though you get a little glimpse in Guardians of his collection, you don't really see everything,
right?
And I'm sure at that point he doesn't have everything. He can't possibly have Cap's shield or Thor's hammer, but it's just really cool that in this interpretation he does have all these gadgets and all these things.
Dude, how cool was it to actually hear a full Seth Green Howard the Duck though?
Oh, great.
That whole interaction, I was just like, that was just great. Yeah, that was one of my that was great. I love that too.
Elevator said, yes, I love the Captain Carter episode. Definitely preferred it to this week's, but I still really love this week's episode. So he prefers the Captain Carter episode. So before you came on, I basically said I liked this episode 2 better, but I liked the first episode in Captain Carter because I liked the fight sequences and her relationship with Steve. After she gets the serum, after she's kicking ass, and just the relationship between the two of them, I enjoyed that more. But I did like this episode better, not just because of Chadwick Boseman's performance either. That added to it on an emotional level or just a good level. But
this second one too, you know how Yondu and Peter Quill had that father-son relationship?
Yeah.
In this one, Chadwick Boseman, Star-Lord, and Yondu had an even better father-son relationship to me, and that brought so much more to this episode as well. I just love that. It was
great. No. Yondu's character was great in this episode. I love the fact that he was a different person. Everybody was displayed as a different person.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody was a different version of themselves. Even I love Drax as the bartender. That was awesome.
Yeah, and that wasn't Bautista.
No, I know. Wasn't Bautista.
I was bummed.
Elevator said, I like the fact that they proved that Hela isn't really strong. It's really just a helmet. So when he gets Hela, that's another one of the collections.
Yeah.
He gets Hela's helmet, he put it on, and then he has her powers of what do you call it? I guess conjuring those blades. Yeah. I really liked Agent Carter, so seeing her back as a mainstream. Okay. Yeah, I get it. And I do. I mean, I love Peggy. I love Haley Atwell as well.
Yeah.
I mean, she's gorgeous, but I agree. I don't like either. I don't dislike either of these episodes.
I didn't either.
And for me, I can't say this enough. What really put episode 2 just slightly above, again, not just because of Chadwick Boseman's performance, but also because of the way we get Thanos. We get an alternate Thanos where he's on the good guy side.
Yep.
And I really did like that. Bautista wasn't asked back to do What If. Everyone else was except for Scarlett Jo because she was filming Black Panther.
Well, Bautista said he wasn't asked back, but the person that wrote it said it was a miscommunication.
Right.
Yeah. So that's what I read. I also did for this second one. What was I gonna say? Oh crap. At the end where Ego goes and picks up Star-Lord or Peter Quill.
Peter Quill.
call him that anymore because he's not that in this reality. But when he goes and gets Peter Quill at the Dairy Queen,
Yeah.
it's gonna blow up the whole timeline now.
Yeah,
So,
because now they're saying that they're pretty much hinting at. I mean, you can't really get that from that one scene, but what it might be hinting at is that he might actually go evil with Ego.
yeah,
He might become an because he's he's half celestial.
yeah, he's a special. Because he
So
picked up the wrong kid because he outsourced it out.
that was funny though when what's his name in the show, the one where what's his face, James Gunn's brother plays.
Uh,
Uh,
let's see.
what was his name in the Guardians and in this anyway? So they pick him up obviously, and he goes, "What? How is this the wrong kid? He's got two eye holes. No wait, two C holes.
Oh yeah, yep.
Two ear holes and one 8 hole, like a eat hole, something like that. Calling the mouth and eat hole, something like that. Kraglin.
Yeah, that's
Thank you. Yeah, Kraglin. But yeah, that was funny. But yeah, no, like I said, and just to quickly say what you said again, I love the way that I love the relationship between Yondu and T'Challa in this one. A lot more of a mentor, a lot more of a father figure.
Yeah.
We got that with him and Quill at the very end of Guardians 2, right before he dies. And that was actually a pretty an emotional scene when he's like, I was more of a father to you than he was.
Yeah.
But he just didn't. She just showed it in a weird way, like and he wasn't like that in this episode. So I thought that was really cool.
And it was also really, I also really love this scene where T'Challa brought his whole family to Wakanda.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was another thing that was really cool too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, everybody came.
Everybody came. Yeah.
Yeah. Now next week's episode, Wednesday, it's about Loki now.
Yeah.
What if Loki presented himself as the king of Asgard?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm a little curious to see what that's going to be about. I mean, we just got off watching a whole series about Loki, so I'm, now we're getting an animated version of him, so that would be cool. Really quick, it was so strange seeing Star-Lord just to walk to the temple, no music, no dancing. It was so strange, but it makes sense without the music. Yeah, I get it. Yeah, I love that. I mean, that's one of the iconic things with the Guardians movies.
Yeah,
is the soundtrack.
he saved the world with a dance off, right?
Exactly. It's the music, and that's what's so great about James Gunn. It even trickled into Suicide Squad, the way, his style, James Gunn's style, and his choice of music, and choice of soundtrack, and choice of song that he used in specific scenes. And that scene with with Peter Quill dancing, hey. Well, I can't think of the song right now, but I know the lyrics in my head.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then he said, I love that Karina got a redemption in the end of the episode. Yeah. Yeah. I agree. I did really like this episode a lot. And I do like it a lot more, or a little bit more than episode 1. But I can't wait for episode 3. It's coming out Wednesday. I haven't been able to watch it on Wednesday. I'm hoping this week I can actually watch it on a Wednesday. I've had it either catch it on a Thursday, and then last week I actually caught episode 1, I think Sunday. So I'm gonna definitely watch this one because I really am liking what I see so far. I hope it stays the way it is or gets better, obviously. But I just I don't know. I'm definitely a fan of it now, especially after the first 2 episodes. But
yeah, it's pretty good.
All right, so we will reconvene yet next week where we'll talk about episode 3, about Loki and him presenting himself as the King of Asgard. Can't wait for that. Elevators, thank you for joining in. Thank you for commenting. I appreciate it. Kitty, as always, thank you for co-hosting.
Thank you.
I appreciate that. And guys, if you're interested, I'm talking to you, Elevators. I don't know if you like the movie Saw, Spiral, the Book of Saw. We're about to do a show at 1:00. We're going to do a spoiler review for that movie with Chris Rock. So if you guys are watching this recorded, obviously it's already up on my channel. But I'm just giving you an open invitation. At 1:00, we will also be going live to talk about Spiral from the Book of Saw, spoiler review. All right, guys.
Bye, elevators.
Enjoy your weekend and be safe if you're in the East Coast. We're getting hurricanes coming up the East Coast, so be careful. All right, guys. Have a good night.